Hello guys, the Behemoth here, and this is Analytic Thursday number 3. It's actually the SGTA clan under the command of Ding. I'm not playing in this little game, but I've been told that this is a very quick one. Because Ding is going to deploy a shock and awe tactic against this force. It's encounter unanswered, and well, now we are just waiting for the enemy to come, or actually for the battle to come out first. Or is coming out. Let's wait for the enemies. We need to have a defensive position, and before I forget, this is the perspective of PointyHairedJedi. He's been very kind to us for providing us his replay. I had a replay of Ding himself, but as both our opinions were, the view of PointyHairedJedi is much more enjoyable than his point of view in this particular match. So the scout is dead, and now we're going to set up ambush positions, because the main force can come behind the enemy lines, behind these scouts. So how will that turn out? Okay, so with their scout dead, right over here, SGTA has set up defensive position, or ambush positions. The looks can look all over the fields. SK1S will look through these gaps. H100 will help with spotting. This SK1S will most likely look forward, but also keep an eye on the west side, just like the AMX artillery, just so nothing crazy like a dual Hellcat can come through the middle. You might have gone straight through the middle because they have been spotted, but they do not know what we're going to do. So a Hellcat might come over here, but well, the main thought is that a massive push can come, a rush, if you can say, straight over the field. That's why they've set up the ambush positions. If something comes, then they will be in a favorable position to just pick enemies off that come rushing straight in. And why is that? Because, well, enemy teams on encounter unanswered will most likely do either one of those things: rush over the field, or go to the city and look for a brawling position right there, with TDs right here overlooking this field. That's either what most teams will do. And because of the enemy team has a lot of TDs, most likely the TDs will be set up around these positions. A bit back, together with the artillery, most likely here. And because of that, their TDs and the artillery will be at the back of their force, heavies all around here, going in for the brawl. And well, the main force in the front with TD backup. If you go out and try to engage them head on along this side, then it will be a very tough fight. Now, what if we just can do the other way around? Make ourselves a big push over the field and to the enemy's backside. Just do a shock and awe maneuver to quickly dispose of their artilleries and their TDs. That's the idea. And if Ding has read the enemy correctly, that's most likely what they are doing. And this will be a shock and awe and very quickly dealt with. So that's the ambush positions. Are they coming to us or not? Well, They have just a few moments to actually come to us, or it's too late for a rush. Or they might do the exact same thing as we are doing, and just do nothing at all, just wait in their ambush positions. But because they have a lot of TDs, and well, they will most likely be in the city. There's no normal way of things, and we are being very patient right here. We do not need to come out first just yet. So when will be the time to just go for it? It will be momentarily, actually. See, the time has come. First off, we're going to move ahead and set up positions around. No, not set up positions. We'll just rush forward to F8, F9, that kind of positions in the middle of the field, and play a bit of catch up with the rest of the guys. Because we need to be a very big ball of death coming toward the enemy base. If they have set up ambush positions, then we will be in a much better position if we are all together instead of in a long train. Is anything here? Nope. PointyHairedJedi doesn't spot anything. So now it's just a task to just get over the trains and onto the enemies. Well, most likely their rears. One has been spotted, and only our scout has been spotted, but not for long, because now we are going for another tactic. And as you can see, they are completely overwhelmed. Major push coming in from the side to the backside. Scout ahead with a spotting, seeing if they are there, and they are actually there. The weaker side of the army is at the rear, as expected, and they're getting overwhelmed by the majority of SGTA's forces. The artillery has set up positions so they can fire through this alley, fire upon this little brawling position, and of course fire both on the cap circle when needed. Ding will be in a few moments driving forwards to get a better position to here. Meanwhile, the big push is going on. This little SU-100Y is going to make a small push to the enemy cap zone to catch them off guard if they're around this position. Because most likely, if the enemy heavies are right here, then they're most likely going to push on to our KV-1Ss around this side, and then the SU-100Y can pick them off very easily with his massive gun in their backsides. That's the idea, and SGTA is sticking to it. They're just rolling over to A2, then C1, then to E2 and E3, and then pick off the stragglers, always keeping a small force behind, maybe one, maybe two KV-1Ss, together with the support of the Hellcat, which is roaming around to pick off any stragglers or anything that wants to make a sneak push along to the fields and try to take out the artillery. And if anything comes to this side, then it's most likely spotted by the SU-100Y. So that's the shock and awe tactic in position, and let's see how it's going to be worked out. Most likely with a devastating effect. So we have come to their backsides, and now it's just a matter of just pushing through and, well, just make a quick work of the enemy's back lines. Their most soft bellies of the defenses. The Afghan's voice pilots, PointyHairedJedi, unfortunately just goes underneath him, shoots right underneath him. But the Afghans get taken out together with the artillery. Only one artillery remaining, and that one is right there. He's getting swarmed by the KV-1Ss. But now how will we deal with it then? So the shock canal is rolling through. This major force is going to push through, trying to see if anything is at C1 and engage this lot with a pronged attack. Now the little Hellcat is going to fall back a bit to support the KV-1Ss right there, because most likely they will split up a bit of their forces, engage one of the major force around here, and one small push around there. But as all is that is going on, the SU-100Y is actually destroyed right here by the T-34-85, and the T-34-85 is going to make a push around together with the Hellcat. Hellcat is falling back. This Hellcat isn't. He's staying where he is. He's trying to make up a fight, but that won't be very long until he's dead also. So the artillery need to reposition themselves. They're going to try and defend themselves if they can spot him, but most likely they will just fall back to a position behind the friendly lines, and they have made a clean swoop around the entire map. The artillery needs to be back at the defensive line so they can be defended by friendly heavies and the Hellcat. So the artillery is getting flanked, but the entire force of the enemy team is flanked. We just need to set up defensive positions with a major push of 4 KV-1Ss just rolling through, and 2 KV-1Ss together with the Hellcat to be a bit further back to see if they want to flank our major force. If they are trying to flank, then we'll just pick it off with a lot of gunpowder. One KV-1S spotted right there. And are we going to? Yes, we are. Because the major force of 3 KV-1Ss, one is lagging behind, is going to help out with the KV-1S right there, because that's the only KV-1S remaining right now. And this is the most particular reason for a shock and awe tactic. You might lose a few, but the tactic is so swift and so brutal that the entire force, the entire enemy force, is in disarray, doesn't know what they're doing. They're waiting on command, but the command doesn't know what's happening. It's all happening so fast that they do not have time to react and just get overwhelmed by a major force on the side, which they do not expect. The KV-1S is dealt with. Unfortunately, one of our artillery gets taken out by the T-34-85, but now we know where he is. Ding gets shot but doesn't die, unfortunately for him. Full health T-34 against a full health fighting force of SGTA. Unfortunately, KV-1S just missed or bounced, but doesn't matter. Another KV-1S hits him straight in the face and dealt major damage to him. The T-34 tries to kill the Hellcat, but Hellcat is just way too fast and he doesn't have a very good aim for it. The T-34, and that's the T-34-85 dealt with. And that's the game of SGTA on and counter mode. That's a massive shock and awe victory for the SGTA clan. With, well, It could have been better with not losing as much as they did, but they didn't lose as much as they would have done otherwise with just brawling the enemy team right in the force of, well, in the force of the E3, E2. Yes, where the major brawling goes on in random battles and some of the DC battles. So that's the SGTA clan bring a sure victory. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, but I'm glad I casted it because it's a very good game of them. So that's Analytic Thursday number 3. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. This is Behemoth, signing off.